Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Renu. I'm ready with yet another update on TR to PR pathway. Uh, I'm sharing the first timeline out here. Before that, whoever is visiting it for the first time, you can always subscribe for new updates on the various immigration programs. TR to PR is the only one which we actually can rely upon at this point of time. PNP is getting through hiccups out here, so I'll be updating on federal skilled worker programs soon too. Now, let's dive into our first timeline, and this is of Abhishek. He has applied as a single applicant under Stream B, and he got married during the process. So, this is one tricky part, and I have shared the checklist of the documents, what all is needed in case if you have got married during the process in my previous video. So, you can always go through that. The link would be in the description box below. He has applied on May 6th at 8:30 p.m. Eastern Time Zone, and he was getting all the information in sequence, like got the AOR, ADR on October 8th. A month later, he decided to go to India to get married on November 2nd. And then he got the ADR for MM 5669E form that was on November 7th. Now, if you see that there was a gap of 1 month in receiving the first ADR and the second. So when you receive first ADR, it's not a benchmark that the application would be through. IRCC might ask you different ADRs at regular intervals of time. Thereafter, when he came back, he informed IRCC about his marriage on November 23rd, and almost like 20 days later, he raised the web form with all the set of documents. Again, I have explained in detail. Just make sure that you attach the marriage certificates and chat history and all the important documents related to your marriage, even if it's not been asked through ADR. In this case, there was no ADR after raising a web form, because most of the time when you raise a web form, you're likely to get the ADR, and people have a notion that it probably would delay the process. It's not going to happen, guys. Now, in this case, he got through the biometric request for spouse, that was on December 21st, and then he was asked to do the he went through the medicals. Now, as per the norms, you are supposed to get the request for medicals for the principal applicant. However, in this case, they've gone through the medical on their own without any letter from IRCC. So yeah, you can always check that information online. And there was a passport request for spouse last week on March 16th, and now they got the PR confirmation email. Now all they have to wait is for the portal request and the ECO PR. Moving on to another timeline is under Stream B, and there are a lot of cases and enrollments actually happening under Stream B, and I've got good hold of timelines out here in upcoming slides. So he has applied on May 24th and got the BIL January 10th, and then there was an AOR and medicals were passed on January 11th only. Now, most of the time you will get the AOR and application would be linked, and then you will get the ADR also in one go. However, there could be a gap of a week or maybe two in receiving all these things step by step. So just keep that in mind, that IRCC might approach you through all these things at regular intervals of time. Also, the first ADR is not the end of the road. You might be asked to submit second ADR or third ADR. So just be ready for all the set of documents. In this case, they've got the ADR for background form that was almost a month later after linking up the application. And you can see here that portal credentials were done on March 23rd, and then ECOPR was received on March 24th itself. Okay, this is Stream B, July 2nd at 7:20 p.m. at Sydney office. Now, before I discuss this, just keep in mind that there are a lot of candidates who have applied under Stream B in May, June, and even in the first week of July. They have not been able to hear anything from IRCC. So this timeline doesn't mean that they have surpassed all those cases. It just varies from case to case. As I mentioned, that there's a lot of slot of documents would be submitted to a particular visa officer. So whosoever is assigned to assess that, they will be doing, or they will be taking their own evaluation time process. So yeah, it varies from case to case. In this case, they got the AOR and ADR for police clearance certificate on March 24th. Here is the IG stream, May 6th at 9:30 p.m., where the candidate got the A1 and file was linked. Again, when you link up the file, it's very easy for you to keep yourself updated on whatever is going on under your file. And then the application was through, like it got approved, and ECOPR was received on March 25th. Now, in case if it's taking for you to receive any kind of confirmation after the receipt of AOR, like if you've received the AOR maybe in November or December, and you've not heard back from IRCC, my recommendation, if you have patience, then please wait. And if you don't, you can certainly raise a web form with your concerns. Also, you can request for the GCMS notes. I've explained the process in my previous videos. So all you have to do is just make sure that attach the document or the copy of your AOR and ask them, like, what exactly is going on under your file. So it will be easy for you to get yourself updated and have little peace of mind out there. Okay, IG streams May 6th at 11:50 a.m. and this is a Pacific time zone. So technically it has to be May 7th case if we calculate as per Eastern time zone here. In this case, Jesse was able to get the AOR and file was linked with ADR for IELTS. And then when they ask you for IELTS, you don't have to reappear for IELTS. Just keep in mind that you have to submit the test report form that we call as TRF of IELTS. It has to be submitted. And in this case, you can see that 2 months later, again, there was an ADR for pay stubs. So this is very natural. And a couple of ghost update has happened like March 21st, 23rd, and 24th. And finally, they got the portal request on March 24th. Now, these are two timelines under different stream. The first one, the top one, is of Chad under stream A, that's healthcare. He has applied on July 29th and got the BIL on March 22nd. Many of you might not be able to read it, so I'm just kind of read it for you. Application was linked on March 23rd, and he has uploaded the web form with police clearance certificate and changed employment conditions. Okay, this was all done, and then AOR was received on March 23rd itself. The bottom one is for Aaron, and it's again IG stream. He has applied on May 7th at 4 a.m. Eastern time zone. He got the AOR on March 22nd, and there was no ADR as such. Also, he was not able to link up the application at this point of time. So again, it will take a day or maybe a week's time period in linking up the application. So yeah, just keep those little things in your mind. Here, another timeline is for IG stream, 9:58 p.m. May 6th. He has got the application linked on January 24th, and the very same day he got the AOR. Medicals were passed, and there was another ADR. Like there was first ADR for IMM 5406, and PCC was there on January 24th. Background check was done, PR approved, and then he got the ECOPR on March 2nd. Thereafter, he was able to link up the card to GC key. Now, this is not a mandatory steps. However, I would certainly recommend you, if you're able to do it, just do it, so that you should be able to get all kind of updates whatsoever is going on after the stage of ECOPR. Now, you can see here that he got the information then when exactly the PR card was mailed, and that was on March 21st, and he was able to receive it within 4 days time period. So this is like from the stage of application to receipt of PR card. Usually it takes 4 to 6 weeks time period in receiving the PR card after the ECOPR. Okay, this is a French stream case. He has applied on May 10th, and AOR was received again on September 29th. Now you can see here that a month later, there was a request by IRCC to submit a new form, which he actually did very same day. And then there was a request to do the re-medicals. So there was a request to do new medicals, although he submitted the old one. And in majority of the cases, if you have already submitted the old medicals as a part of your study permit or work permit, it will automatically be accepted by the system. However, sometimes visa officer may ask you to redo it, so you just have to follow the instructions there, which exactly he has done. And then medicals was approved on March 24th, and the very same day on March 24th he was able to get the portal email. So now all he has to do is just to wait for the ECOPR after uploading his address and latest photograph, and once it is done, then again another 4 to 6 weeks time period in receiving the PR card. Now, in case if you're traveling or you're planning to travel after the receipt of AOR, you don't have to inform IRCC. However, when you get the PR confirmation portal, you definitely have to update that so that they're going to hold your application. So there would not be any rejection in case if you're traveling outside of Canada. Just keep those little things in mind that it might get delayed. Also, if you are traveling for more than 6 months time, try to get the PCC from that country so it should not have any kind of delay under your case. But yes, there won't be any rejection for sure. I hope this video has been little sense to you, and in case it does, don't forget to subscribe for more updates. Till then, take care and stay safe, guys. Bye.